Brian from Hatbright again, and I'm just going to take a couple of minutes and talk to you about the right way and the wrong way to put a Hatbright insert into your hats. It's pretty straightforward, but if you get it wrong, the Hatbright will not be able to do its job, and your hat will get just as sweaty and just as smelly as it always has. The insert itself looks like this. This is the top, and that goes up into the crown of the hat. This is the bottom, and this is the part that becomes the barrier between your head and the hat. And this is the part doing the job to wick away all your sweat up into the rest of this insert here. These are ventilation holes, and you got a couple of slots cut in here for various ways to insert it. And that's what I'm gonna show you right now. Obviously, the first thing to do is just chuck it in a hat, and it looks like this, sort of test fitted. And you've got two tabs, the two end tabs right here, these guys. And those two guys get tucked behind the band. Same thing on this side. This is what a properly installed Hatbright looks like. Two tabs, one on each side, that are tucked behind the headband of the hat, and the rest of the Hatbright insert covers that band. This is what is the barrier between your head and the hat. If you want to do it like this, I've got two tabs on each side now behind the headband, and this actually works really well for smaller heads. Small girls caps, kids caps, hats for women, where you don't need quite as much coverage right here. This is what a Hatbright that's installed wrong looks like. The whole insert is behind the headband. If your head is still touching the headband, whether you have this in here or not, you're gonna get no benefit at all from the Hatbright. It won't be able to do its job, and your hat is gonna get just as gross as it's always been. This is connected to this, and this is connected to this. And guess what? It's still gonna wick just as much crap from your head as it always has. The only way to get the benefit of the Hatbright is to make sure that this is the barrier between your head and the hat. So now you just put your hat on, right? Well, I made a slight modification to the way that I do it to keep my Hatbright in place. It's just reversing the normal order that I would do, which used to be back to front. The problem is when you go back to front, the front of your head pushes the Hatbright like this up into the hat, and the headband becomes exposed again, and your head is touching the headband again, and you get the same problem. No protection, wicking into the hat instead of wicking into the Hatbright. So what I do now is I go forehead first, then the back, like this. Bam, and then I use my thumbs to push the Hatbright just up and out of the way so it's not looking totally nerdy and doofus under there. Same thing when you take the hat off. I pull the hat away from my head that way a little bit, and then I just lift it off, and it keeps the Hatbright in place. Everything's cool, no problem. So now on to the last thing, and that is putting a Hatbright into a trucker hat where you've got this mesh and you can see part of the insert over here. I personally don't really mind that too much, but if you're one of those people, just grab a pair of scissors and trim it right here along these lines. You'll still get coverage across this front panel, but you're gonna wanna cut two extra slots in the Hatbright right here so that you can still have those two tabs back behind the headband and the rest of it between your head and the hatband. Like I said, it's all pretty straightforward. I just wanna make sure that you guys are aware of that so that you're getting the absolute best performance that you can get out of your new Hatbright. Enjoy.